Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
I know you are used to projecting from...
Absolutely.
What is that called down there?
Your whole stomach. The abdominals and everything. Much more than just the diaphragm. Absolutely.
Okay. Let's just take a deep breath. You've had me exercising the breath work again, Lauren.
Good.
In preparation for this spontaneous, fearless afternoon where I can see God's consciousness everywhere out here.
Absolutely. This is spectacular. I was kind of hoping you were going to be able to do this outside.
Yeah?
This is wonderful.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Consider it a living answer to your affirmation.
All the time?
All the time.
All the time.
I'm going to go ahead and open the show, okay?
Okay.
Thank you all again for taking your time to stop, look, and listen in our divine appointment here today. I'm Sandra, again on another episode of Angels Talk, and here with the one and only one, the Sing for Your Soul Queen. I have to say that because you are a queen. The star soul of the world here today, Lauren Lane Powell.
Fabulous to be here, Sandra. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome, Lauren, and I am very excited that we chose to come together and share the spirit of money today.
Oh, it's an exciting topic, isn't it?
It really is, and I want to begin by saying I appreciate your vulnerability in coming out of the closet with the spirituality, coming out and sharing your hope, your strength, and your pathway that you've cleared here for everyone in the world healing.
I appreciate that, and I have to agree that money is a very spiritual thing if it's dealt with on a spiritual basis. Greed is something totally different, and I have to be very aware as to whether or not it's my spirit that is seeking a higher ground, knowing that the more money I have, the less I have to worry about it. Consequently, I can then focus more on spirit, as opposed to being greedy and hoarding all I've got and not sharing it with the world. It's the flip side of the same coin. And for me to be able to affirm my wealth and my riches means I have to get rid of those old ideas of what money had meant in the past. And that's what this workshop is all about.
Tell us more. Elaborate on that.
Well, when you think about all of the words and the feelings that used to be attached with money when you were a child. Money is the root of all evil, filthy lucre, filthy rich. It's easier for a camel to go through an eye of the needle than it is for a rich man to get in heaven. We have misinterpreted biblical studies about finances in order to keep us in control by keeping us poor for centuries. But now with the new, I should say with the old truth coming back around, we know that wealth is for everyone. No one is excluded. And why are you more wealthy than me? Right now, it's a matter of perspective and it's a matter of consciousness. But as soon as I can turn my consciousness on pure service for the world and knowing that that service is worthy of my financial gain as well, then I too can accumulate and acquire all the riches that you have, and everybody else can too. The only thing that kept me poor for so long was poverty thinking.
I can relate with that, and I believe that that's why I'm here today and successful in demonstrating the Christ consciousness, and an angelic expression here today, because to set that example.
Absolutely.
I recently heard someone make a statement, a very good friend of mine, who made a statement that money just keeps him worrying. It keeps him from worrying about money. What do you have to say about that?
Well, when you think about having to concentrate on where your next meal's coming from, or having to pay the bills, or having to feed a family, and you're working in a 9-to-5 job and you're only making so much money, and you are convinced that that's the only way you can make money. Consequently, our thoughts and our energy is always going to be not enough. There's never enough. I don't have enough to feed. How can I go out and get another job? And we're always focused on bringing in more and more finances. And basically, a lot of us are just spinning our wheels.
The obstacles.
Absolutely. We focus on the obstacles instead of knowing that we're not limited to bring in income just from our jobs. And if we open up that ideal of money coming from different unusual sources and not try to stipulate on how it's going to happen, then the universe does and can provide more easily, more graciously. But as long as we're worried about money, we're focusing on the worry and the lack.
And attracting that.
Exactly. Over and over and over again. And the fear that goes along with not having enough only perpetuates that over and over and over again. But by my concentrating instead on being wealthy and having plenty and being able to give some away, even if I don't see it in black and white yet, by my pretending or faking it till I make it idea, lying to myself at first, something has to change my inner chemistry, my financial blueprint.
Your soul.
My soul's imprint on how to give and receive money. So as soon as I can change that from the inside out, and it's taken a lot of affirmations and then a lot of delving within to figure out where those old tapes came from in the first place, bless them and forgive them, and create my own new ideas about money, everything starts to change. And as soon as I can say and believe at least half-heartedly that I am rich, I am wealthy, I am now attracting plenty of cash, I don't have to stipulate how. That's not my business. That's up to God. But as soon as I make that kind of statement, that declaration, money starts flowing in. On the other hand, as soon as I'm worried about it, thinking about, my God, where's my next paycheck going to come from? How am I going to pay my bills this month? The flow stops completely. So I am in complete control spiritually of how my money flows. Whether it's flowing to me as evenly and easily as I would love it to or not is all up to me and how I'm thinking about it and what I'm still hanging on to from the past.
Well, Lauren, when I think of the outline of your personal and professional career and your success and all of the steps that in your soul's growth, I mean, to name a few, you started with angel flying, and now you
1996.
1996, and now you are facilitating Spirit of Money workshops.
In addition to my vocal workshops, the Spirit of Money is so new to me, but I couldn't learn all of this stuff and keep it to myself. So that's where this other workshop was born, and it's as popular, if not more so, than Harmonies of Healing and the Toning Circle and Sing for Your Soul. It's amazing.
Well, I see it.
Has led to the other and evolved this way.
I'm thrilled and very excited because I see it cooperating with the world in world healing from so many different plateaus that I don't even want to, what was the word you used earlier?
Misremember.
Right? Well, yeah, that was one of them. And declare. I don't want to declare what those are because we all know what internally needs changed. Absolutely. We all know that. We don't need someone else pointing that out. I don't, anyway. However, I do see as the whole and in a complete whole for the world change that is here right now and newly awakened.
Well, and like Gandhi said, we have to be the peace we want to see. We have to be the change we want to see. how can I expect the world to be peaceful if I'm not peaceful myself? That's a dichotomy that most of us just aren't quite ready to get yet. How can I think about the world as being fed and rich and wealthy if I am not fed and rich and wealthy? How can I help to heal anybody if I'm not healthy first? Because when you realize that we are all one, I can help the universe heal simply by healing myself first, because then we can model it for others. And it's amazing that just by being who I am and concentrating on the best that I can be all the time, I seem to shine that and model it for people that want to know how that works, what that looks like, how does that feel. Then they're ready to learn. It's way different than beating them over the head with something I've read that may or may not work. These are life experiences that I have taken on as a challenge to myself first as growth and healing, so that I can help to heal the world and promote peace.
Lauren, what would you do with so much money that you didn't know you couldn't even count? What would you do with it?
I had to breathe deeply for a long time and continue to breathe deeply. All of my debts would be completely paid off. Our mortgage would be paid off. We would own our home, probably own a couple of other homes as making my money work for me. I would do a little bit of investing, which I have not as of yet done. I would be able to tour and go where I'm more needed than where I'm going to make the money. I can serve a lot better now that I'm making all the money I could possibly have. You realize how I turned that around to an affirmative as to right now, I'm ready.
Well, the reason why I asked that, first of all, is because I prayed and God gave me the direction. And secondly, I was affirming and singing with your CD on the way over here. But I'm doing it now without the CD.
Excellent.
Yes, and there's a song in there where you are affirming, thank you, God, for my millions of dollars, my millions of people I reach every day.
Absolutely.
And I'm very proud that I can just be ecstatic about it, because that's who I am from your teachings.
Well, think about why singing those affirmations makes such an impact in our lives. It's not only that we are learning and listening to the music. It's not only that we are experiencing the text from the inside out, but when you start singing it yourself, you're using your whole body, you're using your vocal vibration, you're using your voice, and your whole energy system, your emotions are put into whatever you sing, just as a natural mode of vocalizing. But consequently, you can't think of anything else when you're singing them. That's why, as repetitious
True.
as they are, you can't think about the opposite. When I'm singing, I am a rich child, I can't think about, oh yeah, right, who do you think you are? Like what would keep popping up in my mind when I just thought my affirmations. And writing them down was another form of energy, but I would get writer's cramp, and I wouldn't go as far as singing them. So vocalizing with them has really helped put them in a physical way into my body, into my very cells, if you will. But the other part of this that you recognized is the songs themselves are so simple in their melodies. They get stuck in your head like commercials. I can be well away from the CD for about 4 or 5 hours, and I realize I'm singing one of those songs, Money Flies to Me,
Oh, yes.
Money
Yes.
Flies to Me. It's so catchy that my subconscious keeps singing those. What wonderful ways to affirm who we are and what we want out of life with those kinds of much better than commercials of life.
I was also thinking, driving over here, Sydney, my 5-year-old, little
Who loves
Gigi,
Angel
who
Flying.
loved Angel Flying, who is now singing Money Flies to Me. Yes, and she's also singing I Have Plenty to Spend, Save,
I love
and
it.
Give Away.
I love it.
Can you imagine her?
Can you imagine what we would be like now if we got those positive affirmations when we were 5? I mean, just imagine the potential. Part of our job is to help children realize that what their parents believe about money isn't necessarily their reality, that you don't have to work hard to make your money. I know a lot of people that work very hard that don't make any money at all. So to equate that with getting wealthy is yet another stumbling block. So we can really help our children understand the true meaning of prosperity by, again, living it ourselves and by singing about pure potential within them.
And being in their spiritual, authentic alignment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lauren, I know time is flying by, and every episode that you've come on to my shows, I've asked you this, and I have time to ask you again. How can Angels at God Central Station best support you in all of your work, now and in the future?
Angels at God Central Station has already been helping my work a great deal by sending the shows out where they're syndicated now. They're being played in New York. I am getting hits on the website from people from your shows all over the country. You are already doing such wonderful promotion for me and my cruise through your own website. I see big, big things and even more of that. But I think the best offer you've made so far is to film the workshops on the cruise so that I can use those for sales, for demonstrations, for promotion, and you too could be able to use those for yourself, for the television shows, and for sales as well. And who knows where this is going to lead to. I am just wide open.
Lauren, I stand in complete faith and trust with that affirmation that you just responded. And if I might add, to continue workshops all around the world to bring peace, goodwill, and tranquility. And what?
And money to all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, our time is up today.
Oh, it goes so quickly, doesn't it? Time expands to fit my needs, just like money. That's something to work on, too.
I was wondering when I was listening to the CD about affirmations, where in heaven did she get all of those lyrics quickly?
Oh, they were just inspired. Every time I ran into another stumbling block or somebody would say something to me and I would say, no, it's this way, that became an affirmation. Like my mom said, why are you buying so many dresses? Why are you depleting your income? I said, Mom, you can't look at it that way. You need to focus on money's flowing in faster than it's flowing out. There's a song. So they were all born very spontaneously and very synchronistically out of something I'd read or something somebody would say or an experience that I was going through myself.
Lauren, on another episode of my show, Calling All Angels, you demonstrated the bowls, the singing bowls.
Yes.
And I brought B-roll. Would you please tell us first about the singing bowls?
Oh, absolutely. They're so wonderful. They're quartz crystal singing bowls. Their inception was actually very ancient in Tibet and China. And back in Plato's time, they believed that the very music of the spheres created a certain amount of healing. Now that's being brought back over to the States, and it's a very ancient idea. When I'm playing the bowl, I can feel the very vibration that that wonderful, rich, whole, round tone creates. So not only can I feel that physically within me, I can use that as a meditation. But then when I add my voice and sing with it, I'm not only using the vibrations and the multiple layers of the harmonics that the bowl sets up, but I'm also using those same harmonic structures that my voice sets up. So between the two, the bowl and my voice, healing can take place on a physical, emotional, spiritual level like nothing else I've ever tried. The vibrations are absolutely astounding.
Would you mind if we cut away and go to
Right
Calling All
ahead.
Angels hotline?
Absolutely.
Let's share this with everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're on tour, and where did you come from to be here today?
Today, South Bend, Indiana. I was visiting with my mom for her birthday, and my sister and I went out dancing on Saturday night. Nice, relaxing weekend, and I drove over here from there, and I'm headed out to Florida tomorrow.
From there to here, and now everywhere.
Right.
You are truly
Absolutely.
present.
full-time on tour for the last 5 years,
Wow.
making my living at it.
Wow.
It's exciting.
And how do you see yourself right now with all of this?
Well, as a catalyst, Sandra, I am definitely a catalyst, as we all are. And I think between my sister and I, we are working consciously at evolving. We're working consciously at changing people's ideas, changing people's knowledge, letting people know how responsible they really are for their own happiness, for their own well-being, for their own health, for the absolute peace on the planet. How we can make a difference, one person at a time. And my own passion brings me through this work with the vocalizing that I do and teach throughout the country now.
That you are passionate about, Lauren.
Yes.
Tell everyone, what did you bring to assist you today?
I brought a 16-inch G singing bowl. These are quartz crystal.
Gee.
They're actually ancient in origin. They come from the Tibetan monasteries where the Tibetan monks were playing the metal singing bowls. And they're much higher pitch, but they serve the same purpose, just to raise the vibration of people simply by feeling and experiencing the most open, most natural, harmonious vibrations they can experience. Would you like a little demonstration?
I'd love that.
Just let me know where you feel this in your body. And let me know how and if it changes as I vocalize with it. That for setting the tone, pun intended.
Yes. Getting in touch with things I'm unsure.
Where did you feel it?
I felt it here.
Interesting. Interesting.
Was that?
Well, there's no right or wrong. Now see, that is just another facet of Sing for Your Soul. I had to recognize that my voice can heal at such depth once I learned how to use it with that kind of quality and that kind of sound. But then introducing it with the vibration of the bowl, amazing things started to happen. And you know, I sell the heck out of those things because I love them so much first. Just like the dresses. I sell so many dresses because I wear them. I don't wear them because I sell them. But that's part of my financial prosperity as well. So the bowls are used in my meditations to get into the old stuff that I need to release in order for the new and better and best to come through and to me.
I just have one comment. It's difficult. It's difficult to separate your prosperity because you are one.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's another episode because
absolutely.
we
Yeah.
are one.
Well, that's why I can't concentrate on the lack. Because if I concentrate on anything but where I am going, I'm staying where I am. So I'm always looking at the future, but then letting it go. This or something better, God, has become my mantra. State what I want, declare it, take action toward it. That's a big part of it. But then let go of the outcome and let God handle the rest.
As a well-known author, Stephen Covey says, see the end in mind in one of his first 7 habits of highly successful people.
Absolutely.
Truly, it is exciting to be here today and in our whole new world awakening.
Absolutely.
And we have to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for taking your time to stop, look, and listen in our divine appointment here today on another episode of Angels Talk. I'm Sandra here with the one, the only one, Lauren Lane Powell.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
And we're both here to say, do you remember?
Goodbye.
Yes, that's good too.
I like that too.
Yes, I love it. Divine love and holy kisses.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Unity, for
Cool.
bringing us through.